Beware the quiet ones. They listen, they observe, and they strike when the time is right. Sigma ladies, the most dangerous enemies are not the ones who are loud, aggressive, or constantly looking for a fight. The ones you should truly fear are the ones who don't play by the expected rules, who don't seek validation, and who never announce their next move. A Sigma female doesn't need to prove her strength through words or unnecessary conflicts. Her presence alone is enough to unsettle her enemies. But while she is a nightmare to cross, she is also the kind of ally most people can only dream of having. She is fiercely loyal, perceptive, and always one step ahead. If you win her trust, you have an unshakable force on your side. Today, we're diving deep into why Sigma females make the worst enemies and the best allies, revealing insights you've probably never heard before. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe because we're about to uncover some serious Sigma wisdom. Why Sigma females are the worst enemies. 1. The silent weapon, psychological warfare without words. One of the most unsettling things about a Sigma female is her silence. While most people fight with loud words, social manipulation, or public conflicts, she doesn't engage in predictable battles. She knows that true power isn't about volume, it's about precision. When a Sigma is wronged, she doesn't rush into a heated argument or seek immediate revenge. Instead, she observes. She allows her enemy to believe they have won while she gathers all the information she needs. This isn't cowardice, it's strategy. She lets her enemies show their weaknesses, exhaust themselves with their own arrogance, and walk into traps they never saw coming. Psychological warfare is a game of patience, and no one plays it better than a Sigma female. She doesn't need to react emotionally because she already understands human behavior well enough to predict how her enemy will act. She doesn't just fight back, she dismantles the opposition mentally and emotionally without ever lifting a finger. This is what makes her truly dangerous, the fact that she lets her enemies destroy themselves. While others waste their energy trying to provoke her, she remains untouchable, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. By the time she makes her move, her enemy has already lost. They just don't know it yet. A person who doesn't show their anger, doesn't seek approval, and doesn't react on impulse is terrifying to those who rely on chaos and manipulation. When you can't read someone, you can't control them. That is why crossing a Sigma female is one of the biggest mistakes a person can make. 2. A chess player, not a fighter. Always 10 steps ahead. Most people react in the heat of the moment. They get offended, act impulsively, and make mistakes that cost them in the long run. A Sigma female, however, doesn't play checkers. She plays chess. When she senses a threat, she doesn't lash out. Instead, she steps back and evaluates the entire situation. What are her opponent's weaknesses? Where is the best place to strike? How can she turn their aggression against them? These are the questions she asks herself. And by the time her enemy makes their second move, she has already planned out 10 more. She understands that emotion is the biggest enemy in any battle. Anger clouds judgment. Fear leads to mistakes. Desperation causes reckless actions. The Sigma female controls all of these things within herself, which is why she is always ahead. Enemies who underestimate her intelligence often find themselves outmaneuvered in ways they never expected. She doesn't just win battles, she wins the war before her opponent even realizes they were fighting one. And the scariest part, she never makes the first move. She lets her enemies believe they have the upper hand until they are too deep in their own mess to escape. 3. Immune to social pressure, unbreakable and untouchable. One of the most powerful traits of a Sigma female is that she doesn't care what society expects of her. Many people can be controlled through shame, peer pressure, or the fear of public opinion, but a Sigma is beyond all of that. She doesn't build her identity based on validation from others. That means no one can use society's expectations as a weapon against her. She cannot be blackmailed with threats of humiliation. She cannot be manipulated by social norms. If she chooses to act, it's because she wants to, not because she feels pressured. Enemies who try to control her through social tactics quickly realize they are wasting their time. She doesn't play by the same rules as everyone else, which makes her nearly impossible to defeat in social conflicts. She has nothing to prove, so she doesn't react to provocations. This makes her a terrifying opponent. Most people can be pressured into submission by making them afraid of judgment. But how do you control someone who doesn't care what others think? You don't. 4. Learns from your mistakes before you do. A Sigma female is not just a quick thinker. She is a strategist who learns from every interaction. Unlike impulsive enemies who repeat their mistakes, she studies everything. She learns from her own past failures, making sure she never repeats them. But even more dangerously, she learns from the mistakes of others. When she watches someone fail, she absorbs every lesson from their downfall, ensuring she never falls into the same traps. This makes her nearly impossible to outmaneuver. While others make the same errors over and over again, she is always adapting, always evolving. She doesn't just play defense, she studies offense. This ability to learn and evolve means that every battle with a Sigma female is different. You can't predict her next move based on past interactions because she never repeats her strategies exactly the same way. She is always improving, always one step ahead. Her enemies never get the luxury of a second chance, because by the time they realize their mistake, she has already moved on to a completely new approach. And when she does decide to strike, she ensures there is no way for her enemy to recover. A Sigma female is not just a challenge to defeat. She is an evolving force that only grows stronger with every confrontation. 5. When she strikes where it hurts. A Sigma female is not one to waste energy on meaningless battles. If she decides to take action, she ensures that every move she makes is calculated for maximum impact. Unlike those who lash out in anger and go for obvious attacks, she takes her time, analyzes her target, and delivers a strike that cuts deep. Her approach is not about winning in the moment. It's about dismantling her opponent from the inside out. She doesn't fight fair because she doesn't believe in unnecessary drama. She sees weaknesses others overlook and exploits them with precision. For example, while most people retaliate with insults or social humiliation, she goes for something far more effective. She targets the very foundation of her enemy's confidence. If someone thrives on power, she finds a way to take that power away. If they are desperate for approval, she ensures they are isolated. If they rely on deception, she exposes them in a way that leaves no room for recovery. This is what makes her truly dangerous. She doesn't seek revenge for the sake of pride. She neutralizes threats permanently. When a Sigma female retaliates, she makes sure her enemy doesn't have the strength or resources to fight back again. 6. She drains you without ever losing energy. A Sigma female is not someone who gets dragged into endless, exhausting conflicts. She understands that battles are won not just by strength, but by stamina. While others burn themselves out in heated arguments and back-and-forth retaliation, she conserves her energy and lets her enemy wear themselves down. She does this by controlling the tempo of the conflict. Instead of responding immediately, she lets her opponent waste their energy trying to provoke her. She remains calm, unaffected, and entirely in control. The longer this goes on, the more frustrated her opponent becomes, leading them to make reckless decisions. And when they are exhausted, mentally, emotionally, or even socially, she finally makes her move. But by then, they have no energy left to resist. She wins not by overpowering them, but by making them defeat themselves. This level of patience and discipline is rare. Most people react emotionally and play right into their enemy's hands. But a Sigma female understands that the most effective way to win is by ensuring that her opponent is too drained to continue fighting. 7. She is unpredictable and impossible to corner. The most dangerous thing about a Sigma female is that no one truly knows what she will do next. Unlike others who have predictable reactions, she keeps people guessing. Some enemies might expect retaliation, but she might simply walk away, only to come back months later when no one expects it. Others might assume she won't take action, only to realize she has been planning their downfall in silence. This unpredictability makes it nearly impossible to counter her. She is adaptable, flexible, and refuses to be limited by rules that others try to impose on her. She doesn't play by conventional strategies, which means her enemies never truly know how to prepare for her. This is why fighting a Sigma female is one of the worst mistakes anyone can make. She isn't just strong, she is elusive, intelligent, and always one step ahead. Why Sigma females are the best allies. 1. Loyalty without noise. A Sigma female doesn't pledge loyalty lightly, but when she does, it is unshakable. Unlike people who make dramatic declarations of friendship only to disappear when things get tough, she remains constant. She doesn't need to advertise her loyalty, it's simply who she is. She doesn't engage in fake friendships or alliances based on convenience. If she chooses to stand by you, it's because she sees value in you, not because she needs anything in return. This kind of loyalty is rare and incredibly powerful. When she is in your corner, she doesn't just support you in easy times. She is there when things get hard. She doesn't abandon people at the first sign of trouble. Instead, she strategizes, finds solutions, and helps you navigate challenges in a way few others can. This quiet yet powerful loyalty makes her one of the best allies you can ever have. 2. She thinks like an enemy and protects you from one. Because she understands how enemies operate, she can see threats long before they become problems. A Sigma female doesn't just stand by passively, she actively protects those she cares about by anticipating dangers and neutralizing them before they escalate. If you have her as an ally, you don't have to worry about being blindsided. She will see the deception, manipulation, or hidden agendas coming long before they reach you. She will warn you, advise you, and, if necessary, take action to ensure you are not harmed. This ability to think strategically makes her an invaluable friend and partner. 3. She challenges you to be stronger. Sigma females don't surround themselves with weak people. They push those around them to grow, improve, and become the best versions of themselves. She won't coddle you with false praise or meaningless encouragement. Instead, she will give you real, honest advice, even when it's hard to hear. She believes in growth, and that means telling the truth, even if it's uncomfortable. But this isn't about tearing people down. It's about making them better. She doesn't criticize for the sake of it. She helps others see their own potential and pushes them to reach it. If you have a Sigma female in your life, expect to be challenged, expect to grow, and expect to become stronger because of her influence. 4. She respects your independence. Unlike other people who may try to control or overpower their friends, a Sigma female respects independence. She doesn't need to dominate others or micromanage them. She understands the value of personal space and doesn't pressure people into following her way of thinking. Instead, she offers support when needed, but trusts those around her to make their own decisions. This balance between being supportive and respecting autonomy makes her a rare and valuable ally. 5. She stays when it matters. While many people disappear when things get tough, a Sigma female stands firm. She may not always be overly expressive or emotionally dramatic, but her presence is solid and reliable. If she considers you worth her time, she won't abandon you in difficult moments. She may not always offer words of comfort, but she will offer action, helping you find solutions, strategizing a way forward, and ensuring that you don't have to face your challenges alone. Conclusion. Sigma ladies, true power isn't found in shouting the loudest or dominating others. It's found in intelligence, patience, and self-control. A Sigma female doesn't seek unnecessary fights, but when she does engage, she ensures there is no contest. At the same time, she is a fiercely loyal ally who offers a level of support, insight, and strategy that is hard to find anywhere else. So, whether you are facing enemies or forming alliances, remember that true strength comes from knowing when to act, when to observe, and when to walk away. If you want more insights into the Sigma mindset, make sure to subscribe. Stay independent, stay strategic, and most importantly, stay Sigma.